Team, what's up? So we're going to go through some ankle mobility stuff today. So with our ankles, we want a bit of range for your dorsiflexion so we can get your knees drive forward more. So first thing we're going to do is you're going to start to use a foam roller or kind of release that myofascial release a little bit. So you can use, again, you can use your water bottle if you've got one of the chili bottles. If you've got a foam roller, obviously you can use that. If that's not painful enough, then you can use your lacrosse ball if you have a ball. If you haven't got a lacrosse ball, you can use a slightly softer one. You can, if you've got a tennis ball, or even worse, you can use a golf ball. And you can also use a stick if you want to. I've got this mobility stick, or you can use a rolling pin if it rolls in the middle, right? So you can either just attack that by just going up and down and finding those tender spots. Once you found your tender spots, then you just work on that for until it starts to release. So maybe like 2 minutes, roughly around there, minute and a half, 3 minutes maybe. Or like you say, if you want to relax into it a bit more without kind of using your arms, then you can just like sit and go onto the foam roller. If you go on the foam roller, what you can do is obviously like you want to kind of break it down. So I'm just going to concentrate on that lower half for now. Then we'll kind of stretch that lower half out, and then we'll go top half and we'll stretch that top half out. So obviously like your calf is like your main muscle where it might be tight to release your ankle, right? So you can be there and you can go side to side, or you can turn the toe, you can dorsiflex, plantarflex the foot. You can go circle, so it's obviously already going into that more of an ankle joint. Ooh. If you want more pressure, by all means then put the other foot across. Or if you want even more, then you can take the hips off and start to roll into it. Sub-zero. Yeah, and like I say, you can work on those kind of like tender spots until it kind of like releases or eases off a little bit, that tension. So obviously do 2 minutes on one side, and then you can do the same thing on 2 minutes on the other side, but start off easy. Don't just like be cramming all your weight onto it straight away, because it's going to be painful. You kind of need to kind of warm up towards it, right? Again, 2 minutes of moving the ankle about, pointing the toe, pointing towards you, pointing it away from you. Circles, up and down. Turn the toe up, and then slide it. So again, once you spent a good few minutes on each leg, making sure you kind of work at it so you can at least feel the release of that tension going away, then we're going to stretch it. So I'm going to use the couch again. You can use whatever you've got, the wall, the door, or whatever, but you ain't going to see me, but you can see my foot. So basically you're going to point your toe to the sky and dig your heel in as close to the wall. We've done these before in the gym. We use a post, so you're going to drive your heel in as close as you can get to the wall, and then you're going to push your hips forward. As you do that, you want to make sure that you squeeze your quad at the same time, and it should really, you should feel that stretch pretty much to the top of the calf and going up to there. So like I say, once we've kind of mushed up your lower half of your calf, we're going to just a stretch, like just a fairly simple stretch for that lower calf, right? So the easiest one is basically how we tested. So you're just going to put some load for it though, right? So making sure your knee is in line with your toes, so don't be like too wonky, so don't have your toe and your knee kind of internally rotating. Make sure it's tracking your toe. So you've got an option, you can, if you feel like this is enough, you just put all your weight onto that knee, and you can just sit there. You can kind of take the heel off a little bit, but if you can, keep it in contact and try and drive the heel into the ground. that's not too bad. And if you want, if you've got a yoga block, you can use a yoga block, or a nice thick book, or kind of like what I've got is a little folder, so you can kind of put the top half of the toe or the foot onto that, try to let it slide away, and then you can kind of like get into that stretch as well. So again, you want to hold it for a fair amount of time. So again, maybe a minute, 2 minutes on each side. So guys, once you've completed like your whole calf with the mobility drills and the stretching, then you go and retest, right? So if you, whatever you retested, if you use the wall, obviously you go and use the same spot. If you measured it out, then obviously you can measure it out again. If you create a bit more space, so you're a little bit further away, then great, just keep going back at it so you can get that more range of movement. So and that's the main focus of it, right? So the more you can drive your knees forward, the more kind of able you are to be more upright into your overhead squat. So that's kind of like a key thing for our overhead position in our front squats as well. The more upright you can be with your torso, then the better it can be, right? So you can load it into a better position. So if we kind of like ending up here, you can't drive your knees that far forward, you can see the torso is leaning forward. If you allow the knees to go push forward, keep the heels down, and then we can kind of lift the upper chest up, and we can be more upright in that position. Cool? So a good way to kind of figure out if you have got a good dorsiflexion or some good mobility through your ankle is you always kind of want to test first of all. So you want to test how far your knee can drive forward. So if you've got like a wall that you can use, a door, I'm going to use my couch. So I'm going to see how far that we can drive a knee, and then we will retest after we do our mobility drill. So obviously, like, it's not ideal using the couch because my couch is not exactly completely straight, but you get the idea. So if you have got a wall, preferably use the wall. So you can keep driving the knee, but your main focus is to try and keep your ankle obviously glued down to the floor. So you can keep pushing that foot away, and you should try, so this is obviously a bit too far away from me, so I need to kind of reset, and there I can touch the couch. And you can kind of measure if you want to. You can use, I've got my water bottle here, I can use my water bottle, so I'm kind of so far away. You can use a ruler if you really want to measure how far you want, you can use a ruler. But we could take like maybe a fist and a thumb distance away. So yeah. You always kind of want to measure both sides. Obviously, like one side might be tighter than the other, so make sure you do go into the other side and you try and test that out. That's again, that's a little bit too far. And there my heel comes off. There is just about right. So again, maybe like a fist and a thumb distance away roughly.